So what you just saw is a clip from a short film that I wrote and directed called Last Man's Land. My name is Chris Cameron. I'm a writer and director in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is going to be a behind-the-scenes kind of breakdown video of how we made this film. So there were a couple things when I first came up for the story for this project. I was highly inspired by the actual state of Nevada itself. It was like around Christmas time. I was driving from where I live in Las Vegas to where my dad lives in Reno. It's just pretty much a barren wasteland. You pass up small little like western towns that have been there probably since since the 1800s at least. And in between those towns, there's nothing. It's barren wasteland. It's open desert. So there was that going on. I had also just read Cormac McCarthy's book Blood Meridian, and those two combined just had me, like, as I was driving, I just had this thought of, as I'm driving on the freeway, what would it look like if there's a guy on the side of the freeway just walking through this desert by himself, with a rifle and a gun, and where's that story come from, what happened there? That's where this idea all kind of came together, and that's what these characters are living in, would be a post-apocalyptic America 2 or 3 years removed from, the start of it, or the start of, like, events that led to it.
Tells me a bunch of shit. I forgot most of it, but it was important to him, so.
There's no such thing as patriotism, Apple pie, fireworks. It's all just bullshit.
People are sparse. There's no more towns, there's no more cities. People are in survival mode, so they're hunkered down by themselves. So I wanted you guys to, as viewers and as audience members, if you watched it, to get that sense. The first guy is a brand new actor that I had never worked with before, a guy named John James, who is a Vegas actor. This dude knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic actor. Comes off as somebody who's a theater-trained actor, very professional, and he showed that on set. He memorized his lines, got into character, was asking me months ahead of time before we even shot character development questions, was getting really into the story. The other two actors, one of them is a guy named Rico Martienz Sheppard, who is also the producer on the film. He's somebody who I've collaborated with twice now. What's different with him versus, let's say, working with John, is that he has, I think, an actor's mindset, who also, is a director and a producer. He also understands behind the scenes as an actor.
Easy director to work with. He's a very sensible director, knows what he wants, knows what he doesn't want, and he's open for all kinds of ideas from outside sources.
The third actor who I worked with is a guy named Michael Burdick. He's a good friend of mine. The thing I like about Mike, compared to the other two actors, is Mike is kind of a wild card. He will give me like 5 different variations of a line I said, or he'll give me different takes, things that I can play with in terms of the edit or in terms of the story that I can use. There's takes where I'm like, that didn't work at all, that's not what I was looking for, and there's takes I didn't even think of that we watched later on. I was like, actually, that's a lot better than what I had written, so.
He's pretty open to interpretation, if I may. He lets the actors really flow and build with the character.
When it comes to the crew of this film, I am working again with people who I'd worked with on a prior short film. I tend to bring back, or at least I'd like to try and work with some of the same people. I also like to work with new collaborators as well too. A guy I collaborated with before with assistant directing named Carlisi. He's also a filmmaker as well too. He's made a couple short films. Again, very practical person to talk to, very on time with scheduling and making sure that I'm hitting the right notes. Another guy I brought back, 2 people I brought back actually for camera department, is our DP and our cam op, Kyle Cooper. Excellent cinematographer / DP / cam op in the Las Vegas area, along with my own stuff that he's kind of done camera work for. He's also worked on my buddy Rico again, some of his stuff. He's worked on several other people outside of my circle of filmmakers, their films and stuff. A guy also named Quentin, who is our AC. He's been an AC now on 2 of my films. Good dude to have as well too. Focus pulling, excellent filmmaker, also in the Vegas area too. He also makes short films as well too. So both those guys were much needed components to the camera department that I was glad to bring back on board. In our sound mixing department, that was somebody new that we brought on, was Aaron Saltzman in Las Vegas. Good dude as well too. He's like probably the first sound mixer / like audio boom operator that I've ever run into that's very practical, very on time, knows what he's doing.
If needed, or it's really easy to like pivot which I think today really shows that because we've been pivoting on our locations, and he's just been so easy and chill about it.
I've had her do costume and makeup on 2 of my films. I thought she did a bang-up job on this one. There's, blood work, there's dust, there's like little details that you don't even see. There's a scene where Rico is sitting at a table and you can't really see it, but there's a scar across his face, and I think that helps him as an actor to, get more into character development and stuff like that.
Everything that I've seen him execute has been exactly what's on the page, so it's very cool. Directing, he's leading a good crew. Everyone's, staying active, working.
A guy named Rex, who was another producer on the film as well too. He had worked on a couple independent projects in the Vegas area. I was happy to work with him, and I thought he did an excellent job helping me also, along with Carlos, kind of navigate and control the set and make sure that, we're going on time and making sure that people are, things are done right and we have like locations set and stuff like that. And,
he's good. He's checking in with everybody, and he's cool. He's a cool director, and he's a cool person too.
She caught some excellent photos of all the cast and crew. Her photo work we ended up using also on the poster of the film as well too. So excellent photographer, excellent videographer in the Vegas area. Was glad to bring her along and have her on board as well too. A guy named Nate working on set. He was helping us essentially just all hands on deck, be a PA / he was like a boom op / he was like running stuff for us, helping out every department he could. Fun dude to work with, fellow veteran, fellow friend of mine.
Waiting to kill someone like you. It's like we killed her.
As far as who makes the post-production, we have a guy named Max who did VFX work for us. Max had the job of doing some very, I wouldn't say simple, but some very hidden VFX work. I didn't want to use blanks. I have a thing against it as far as being somebody who's a prior service member. Using blanks, if we can do it and make it look real, I say we do everything with VFX work in terms of like bullet flares and all that kind of stuff. So that's what Max was able to do. When it comes to the edit of the film, again, I also had our BTS person, Nicky, do the edit. I think she's a very powerful editor. She knows what she's doing. It's the first time, too, where I've had anybody edit my own stuff. I usually am the editor. That's like my bread and butter. So to have somebody else do the edit was a bit of a challenge, too. But I think we powered through it, and we were able to make a great product out of it. And I think she did a fantastic job with the edit. A friend of mine named Axel Knight, heard the first mix that he made, and then I was able to sit down with him and kind of like almost, I don't want to say in a bad way, but we stripped apart what he made and kind of made it bare bones, and he actually made it sound great. For as minimal as the sound is, it's a fantastic score in my opinion. So. Icing on the cake is a guy I know named Connor Botts. I asked him to do sound design, so what you hear, gunshots, blood spurts, people walking, the wind, all the dissonance, the atmosphere of the film itself does not come alive without Connor's help, and he did an excellent post-production sound of just the sound of the world as it stands. So without all of them, again, the post-production, the way the film looks, color correction even too from Kyle, he did that after the fact. But without all of that, essentially, you're not getting, what the film looks like, what it sounds like, what you're hearing emotionally, all that kind of stuff.
Is maybe there's something else out there in all this darkness.
Yeah, all these people came together to help me out. We did it with a bare minimum crew. I think it was at most 13 people at a time that we had on set, and then about 4 to 5 people working on it in post-production. And it's gotten from the Vegas area, from the film festivals and stuff we've shown so far, good reception, good reaction, which goes to show that, in my opinion at least, you can make something really great with, you don't need all these huge fancy lights. You don't need 30 plus people on set. If you think about it and if you plan it out right, you can do things practically, and you can use a minimal crew at best. Not that I don't want to use that all the time or do it that way all the time, but you can accomplish things, with film with just the bare minimum if you have to. I believe in that. I believe in the independent filmmaking spirit in that sense, that you can do with what you got, and you can make gold if you try hard enough. So I think that's what we've made here. I'm very proud of the team that I put together, and proud of the product that they put out. And I hope, to bring these guys back if this ever does become a feature. That's, again, my game plan with this is a pitch, and to try and get this out there and for people to watch it. If you guys have not watched the film and you're watching this right now, it's up on YouTube. It's called Last Man's Land. It's a post-apocalyptic film, kind of with like some Western tendencies, a Western vibe, but mostly it's an action film, it's a drama film. So go ahead and check it out. Let us know what you think of it. Leave your honest reactions review. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned. I have more film stuff coming out here on this channel and in the future. Thank you guys.